And B, because our boss, Burke Noel, is a huge Browns fan.
That's
so,
right.
Burke, this is for you. I think there's something interesting to talk this week about with Penn State, and that is the offensive line.
Yep.
It looks pretty much like, obviously, Andrew Nelson's out, the one tackle. Brendan Mann was hospitalized as we talk for undisclosed reasons, but in stable condition at Hershey Med. So I think you have to rule him out as well. And James Franklin talked about, what their options are. I think they're going to be discussing it all week in practice.
Yep.
They have the reigning Big Ten Freshman of the Week, Connor McGovern, at right guard.
Yep.
But James talked this week about the fact that he worked at tackle in the spring. And when you look at how maybe the offensive line combos could play out, you have Chaz Wright on the right side, you have Paris Palmer on the left side. But I wouldn't be surprised if at some point Saturday you saw some different combinations.
Yeah, I think what I took from James when he was going through that whole rundown is that they don't want to burn Will Fries' future, and they should.
Makes sense.
This is a kid that has really come a long way since he got here. One thing I always think about is Ryan Bates said before this season that he was not ready to play until the bowl game.
Yeah.
And you're not obviously going to ever play a kid that's redshirting at that point. I think Will's probably in the same boat.
Right.
So what are their options? McGovern's played a little bit of tackle. They said they've worked Ryan Bates in tackle. Obviously, they got through the Iowa game with Chaz Wright and Paris Palmer playing almost 99% of the snaps. I think you'd see that group start, and if it goes poorly, then you'll see some moving parts. Chaz Wright, obviously, a guy that can play guard as well. Yeah,
I think there's two concerns here. The one concern is just the overall play of the tackles, Paris and Chaz. They're not the most nimble guys. Indiana's not loaded with speed rushers, but you saw Chaz kind of kick himself a little bit because I think he got beat on a pass rush. Paris has had some trouble. That's one concern. The other concern is just, as James Franklin said, what if somebody has a helmet issue, somebody had cramps up, or somebody just has to leave the game for a play? You're not going to use Will Fries. I think the most logical thing would be to keep Bates at left guard, and if they needed to make a change at one of the tackle spots, maybe you stick Connor McGovern from right guard to right tackle, and you have a guy, Derek Dowry, who's got a lot of experience at the guard spot. I mean, if they had to do anything, I agree with you. I don't think Will Fries is going to play unless somebody gets really hurt, and they know they got to play him a lot. But I do think, I wouldn't be surprised if the tackles either get hurt or have to come out for a play. You could see Connor McGovern, who's obviously developed nicely, move from right guard to right tackle in a pinch.